In 1875, a girl was born in the small town of Arles, France, Jeanne-Louise Calment. It was a time when cars and airplanes were not yet invented. People used horse-drawn carriages, used candles to light their homes. At this time, no human being in the world would have even dreamt that this girl would make history. She will live such a long life, that she will break all the world records. In 1889, Louise was only 14 years old when the Eiffel Tower was built in Paris. In 1896, when Louise got married at the age of 21, Theodore Roosevelt had just become the President of the United States. Fast forward to 1914, when Louise was only 39 years old and was living a happily married life and had a daughter. A huge explosion shook Europe. World War I began. In 1934, her daughter died of a lung infection. She was 59 years old then. 59 is an age when most women have become grandmothers. In her life, horses were replaced by cars and candles by electricity. In 1969, when she celebrated her 94th birthday, humans stepped on the moon. In 1985, personal computer revolution was just beginning. In 1988, the world finally started to pay attention to Louise. She was being discussed everywhere. She was in the news for being the oldest living human. In 1997, at the age of 122, when Louise passed away, the age of computers and the internet had already begun. Jeanne-Louise Calment crossed all the limits of imagination. She made a record that no one has ever been able to break yet. But what was the reason behind it? Your initial thought might be, luck had to play a part, and that's true. Living to 122 certainly requires a fair share of luck, but the real question is, how much of it is luck, and how much is tied to lifestyle choices? The famous Danish twin study suggests that an average human's life is 20% dictated by genes and 80% influenced by lifestyle and environment. This means that your food choices, exercise routine, and overall healthy lifestyle significantly impact how long you will live. Dan Buettner and his team studied regions of the world where people live the longest, healthiest lives. These areas, called blue zones, include places like Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, and Nicoya, Costa Rica. Buettner and his team identified 9 key lifestyle habits, often referred to as the Power 9, that contribute to longevity. First, move naturally. People in blue zones don't necessarily go to the gym, but they lead active lives that naturally involve movement. Their environments are designed to encourage regular physical activity through walking, gardening, and doing household tasks. Second, purpose. Known as ikigai in Okinawa, having a sense of purpose in life can add years to your life expectancy. Knowing why you wake up in the morning gives life meaning and helps reduce stress. Third, downshift. Even in the healthiest regions, people experience stress, but they have routines to manage it. This might involve meditation, prayer, or simply taking time to rest and relax. Stress leads to inflammation, which is linked to many age-related diseases. Fourth, the 80% rule. This is the practice of stopping eating when you're about 80% full. People in blue zones generally eat their smallest meal in the early evening, and don't eat large meals late at night. Fifth, plant slant. Diets in blue zones are largely plant-based, with an emphasis on vegetables, beans, and legumes. Meat is eaten in small portions and not frequently. Sixth, wine at 5. Moderate alcohol consumption, particularly wine, is a common practice in many blue zones. Typically, they enjoy 1 to 2 glasses of wine per day, usually with friends or food. Seventh, belongings. A sense of belonging and participation in a community, particularly faith-based communities, is linked to longevity. People who regularly attend faith-based services live longer, regardless of the denomination. The point 8 is, loved ones first. Family is a priority in blue zones. People often live with or near extended family. Ninth and the last one is, right tribe. The world's longest-lived people have social circles that support healthy behaviors. Having close friends who encourage positive habits and offer emotional support helps to maintain a healthy, balanced life. Now you know exactly what you have to do to live a long life. You may not be able to break the record of being the world's oldest human, but if you follow these things, you will easily live for a century.